I'll set your bail on the OVI at a $1,000 recognizance bond. You're not required to post any money, but you do need to make sure that you appear for all other court proceedings. You're to have absolutely no consumption of alcohol or illegal drugs during the pendency of this case. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The other one's a $100 bond, or recognizance bond, sorry. And again, no consumption of alcohol or illegal drugs. Any other questions at all?
Yes, I was supposed to come to court for something today and something next Tuesday, I believe it was. I'm not sure what it was.
Out of the same incident?
Yeah.
Well, you've got two charges here. It's possible that I just arrange you on both of them today. Check with the
OVI was next week, I thought.
Yeah, the OVI was today, and the open container we also did today. I'm going to check and see if you were given notice to be here next. And that's usually we do those on Tuesdays, so it is possible you were told to come in next Tuesday on that. But since we did it today, you won't need to worry about that. I want to see if you got anything else on your current here. Open containers, fireplace. No. These are the only things I'm showing. Check with the bailiff, though, just to make sure before you leave today, okay? Brian, he said he thinks he was told that he needs to be here next week also for an arraignment, but I'm thinking it's because this is an open container. Just make sure he doesn't have anything else that needs to come back. You go with the bailiff. Thank you. All right, Jonathan Kinzer, or John Kinzer, sorry. All right, this is, you have a seat up there, sir. Just have a seat right there. Yeah. Mr. Kinzer, when were you arrested on this? Last night? How are you feeling right now?
Okay.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right, you seem a little bit confused. Is there a reason why you were late getting here today?
Yeah, my boy, I just looked him up. There's on 2-hour delay, and then he got on a dirt bike ride and sprained his ankle, so I taped his ankle up so he could go to school. And then he came back, and I was exactly going to miss the four-wheeler drive bus to school, and he's like,
I'm even having difficulty understanding you, Mr. Kinzer. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask you just go ahead and stay seated there for a moment. I'm going to have a probation officer come here. I'd like to have your alcohol level tested real quick just to make sure you're okay to go forward with an arraignment this morning. I need to make sure that you're okay to understand what we're doing here today. You do seem a little bit confused this morning.
I got 37% brain damage.
Okay.
They said it can either cause me to be quiet or sometimes I'll start yelling and I can't stop yelling.
Okay. Let's check something real quick here. Are you under any kind of medications right now?
Yes.
What type of medications do you take?
Blood pressure, methadone, Vistaril, and he just put me on some kind of a steroid pack for a rash I got on my arms.
You had a traumatic brain injury, did you say?
Yeah.
Was that a motorcycle accident or something, or some sort of accident? Okay.
A bunch of everything.
Okay. Are you under any medications for that as a result of that injury?
No. Not anymore. That's how I got started on Oxycontin.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Are you still taking any pain medications or any anti-seizure medications or anything?
I don't take a Percocet. Like, probably a month and a half ago, I just got a prescription for a 30 Percocet. It's just a regular 5s. And I've only had to take one since I've had it. It's been over a month. My mom keeps them, and she knows when I got one, and she'll give me one.
Well, let's do this then. I do want someone to come up and test you, but let me just explain what the charges are here. I noticed that there was a urine test that was taken. I do have some suspicions, just even at this time, Mr. Kinzer, you're having difficulty even staying awake, right? Okay. The reason I suspect that my concern about that is I think that you might either be taking too many of your prescription medications or taking some illegal medications. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to tell you right now you have two charges. One is a failure to control and the other is an OVI. The OVI itself is the more serious charge, and it's punishable by up to 6 months in jail and a $1,075 fine. There's a minimum penalty of 3 days in jail and a $375 fine, a mandatory driver's license suspension. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what was your question?
That morning that all that had happened, the only reason it had happened is because the lady was drunk, and she kept walking out in front of me, I was slowing down. I only hit her about 20 miles an hour because kept slowing down.
Wait, you hit a pedestrian at 20 miles an hour?
Yeah.
That's not good, Mr.
I
Kinzer.
had my kids in the car. I couldn't do nothing.
You had your kids in the car at 1:30 in the morning?
No, it was 9:30. I was taking the parking right on 13th so they could meet their church bus.
Okay.
And
We might be talking about different incidents then. Okay, let's do this, Mr. Kinzer. I'm going to enter a not guilty plea for you at this time. You do need to fill out a request for court-appointed counsel. We can give you some assistance in filling that out. Mr. Kinzer needs a court-appointed attorney. He also needs some assistance in this.
Okay.
Also, could you get a probation officer up here to do a urine screen and see if we can do a blood test?
What do you want to screen for? Because we're out of 5 pages.
We need, well, maybe we send him across the street,
Okay.
if he can make it across the street. But I'm thinking oxys or opiates,
Okay.
or even Klonopin or Xanax.
Because we have the same numbers.
Okay, those are my biggest concerns, those two. All right, Mr. Kinzer, now you do need to pay attention to this, okay? You are not required to post any money, but you need to sign a $1,000 recognizance bond in which you will promise to appear for all future court proceedings. Most importantly, you are not to have any consumption of alcohol or illegal drugs. Can you repeat that back to me, please? Mr. Kinzer? When was the last time you took any medications, Mr. Kinzer? Did you take some this morning? All right, you know what? Gee, we may even have to call for a squad. Has he been getting worse as you guys have had him out this morning?
I've only been around him twice. I mean...
Around who?
We came up Fairfield Beach and we drove here. I went home, I knew they kept telling me...
Okay, his behavior's been getting worse through the morning? I mean, because he's less and less responsive even as we've been here in court. I'm wondering if he took a substantial amount of medications early and now they're starting to affect him.
If you can recontinue and stuff and let his mom bring him.
Who are you talking about, Mr. Kinzer?
Joe's mom.
Okay. Yeah, Mr. Kinzer, I tell you what, why don't we do this?
I'm not going to be able to answer.
I completely understand that. We're going to just set your bail at a $1,000 recognizance bond. Mr. Kinzer, I think I'm going to have you taken over to the hospital, too, just to make sure you're okay. All right? We want to make sure everything's going fine, all right? Why don't you can you get up and have a seat right over here? Are you okay to walk on over here? Still don't even bother. Yeah, we don't need to test him at all. He's having some difficulty.
Sure.
He has prescriptions, I believe, a traumatic brain injury too, and I think maybe we might have had an accidental overdose this morning or something. Mr. Kinzer, you're not in any trouble at all. You're not in any trouble. We just want to make sure you're okay. Just call squad. I don't think it's an emergency, but just. Don't you think? I mean, I'm just wondering. He's getting worse. He seemed better at first, and now he seems to be getting worse. Why don't you talk to his friends for a second, just see if this is consistent for his behavior, or if he seems to be more affected. Jim, once we get court-appointed counsel for Mr. Kinzer, why don't we reschedule another arraignment so that we can just go over this one more time with him? Okay, and I have Heather Johnson.